All right, now it's time to look at our acid of unknown concentration. All right, so for this, we're going to use a volumetric pipette because we're not weighing this out on a balance. We have a solution. We just know what the concentration is, okay? So to do this, I'm going to take some of my unknown acid. I'm going to pour it into a beaker because it's really hard to pipette out of something like this. And I'm going to pour a sample into there. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my volumetric pipette the same way, basically, I primed the burette, except I'm going to be coming in from this side of it. So I'm going to roll up on my pipetter some of my acid. I'm going to take off the pipetter. And again, I'm just going to coat the inside with this. Okay. And then pour it into my waste beaker. Okay, now volumetric pipettes are designed to deliver exactly the amount that they say they're supposed to. So I'm going to show you on here. Okay, so there is a line right here. So if I pipette to that line, then I have 10.00 milliliters. All of these are calibrated, and they usually have a plus or minus on this. Like this one says plus or minus 0.02. So if I'm right on that line, I'm 10.00 milliliters plus or minus 0.02. So maybe I'm at 9.98 or 10.02, but I'm right about at that 10.00. Okay, I'm going to do this priming step a couple more times. This one I don't have to rinse it out the back of it because I can use my finger to kind of control where it goes. So I can get it to coat without actually having to dump it out the back. Okay. And I will prime one more time. We like to do things a minimum of 3 times so that they're statistically significant in science. All right. Last priming step. Coat down the back. And dump through the waste. Okay. All right, now I am ready to actually pipette my acid. So for all 3 trials, the volume of acid is going to be the same. Now this time I'm not going to have to take the pipetter off. The nice thing about these rolling pipetters is that once I get to that mark, there's a valve release. Okay, I'm right on the mark. So I'm going to come over here, and instead of taking it off, I'm going to press the valve release, and I'll show you what the valve release looks like in just a moment. I know you can't really see on here. This is a little bit difficult to find the right balance of the right height so that you could see what I was doing for most of the experiment. All right. So again, I'm out here in my garage. I don't actually have a professional video setup, despite the fact that I taught out here from my garage. I had a little bit different setup during COVID, but I never actually got a completely professional video setup. So doing the best I can. So this is what the pipetter looks like. When you put it on, you use this little wheel, you roll it up. When you're ready to go, you press this and it releases the air and it lets it through. And then you just press that down to reset it for your next one. Okay. All right. I'm going to clamp this here so that it's out of the way. I'm going to move my little beaker of unknown acid that I have. Now, one thing when you do this is I like to add a little bit of deionized water to this because I find titrations a little bit more difficult when I have such a small volume in my flask. So I like to add a little bit more water to it because then I can see what I'm doing a little bit easier. Okay. All right, I've refilled my burette with the sodium hydroxide. Okay, now the next important step is to make sure that I've got my indicator in there. And here's my lovely plastic pipette since this one clogged up. Again, we just need a few drops. Okay. All right. Swirl it around. Okay, now for these, I'm also going to be taking pictures for you. So give me a moment to get up on my stool here and get a picture so that you can record this initial volume on your own. Turn it so that you can see. Okay. All right. Now we'll titrate. So I'll show you this one. And then the rest of them, though, I'm just going to take pictures of so that you don't have to sit at home and watch me physically titrate 6 solutions. All right, let's do this. Same thing, we're going to run it wide open to start with. Now I've actually stopped and done a little bit of math in between, so I have an approximate idea where the endpoint on this one is. Just to make it easier for my demo. Because I have a little bit of information you don't have, which is a key that actually tells me what the concentration of the unknown is. I haven't been super, super careful with my math. I just did a quick approximate amount on it. Just to have a little better idea to try to make this go a little bit quicker. So you can see we've got that pink color going, but it goes away pretty quickly. And also once I am not recording, then I can put this down to a little bit more normal volume or height so that I can see what I'm doing a little bit easier on the burette. Okay, almost done here. Yeah, we're getting close. Almost done. Getting closer. Should probably do a rinse because I've got some splatters. Okay. More than likely, I will probably take this into the house because my garage AC unit is just not doing a very good job in this heat out here. Almost there. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, that's a little bit better pink too. It's not quite as bright this time. Okay, and then let me get a picture for you so that you can do your calculation. So this is our final volume. Okay. All right, so that concludes all of our titration demo videos. So there will be some pictures alongside the video. So you'll watch a set of videos, you look at some pictures, you'll write down the various different volumes or masses. You'll do your calculations, and that'll be our titration experiment. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of a taste of how titrations work. It's not quite the same as doing it on your own, but here we go. You can see how faint pink this is. That's a really good faint pink there. Not quite as good as doing it on your own, but still better than nothing. So, alrighty. Thanks for watching.